LiberalViewer presents.
So the next clip I want to show, speaking of people who want to put a lot of troops into the Middle East, this is Senator John McCain. He had this, I guess you call it a kerfuffle maybe, with Code Pink at some hearings this last week. They had 91-year-old former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger in to testify, and you'll see John McCain mentions his age multiple times in his answer to Dana Bash on CNN State of the Union. She asked him about this, about him calling the Code Pink protesters low-life scum, and he kind of doubled down on the remark and said they were like threatening Henry Kissinger physically, though if you watch the video in the background, I never really see a physical threat on Henry Kissinger, even when someone holds out some handcuffs, which is when he claims there was a threat. But I don't know, you can tell me what you think down in the comment section. Here's that clip from CNN State of the Union this morning here.
This past week, you had a widely covered moment when you were chairing the Armed Services Committee hearing with Henry Kissinger, where protesters called him a war criminal and worse.
Arrest Henry Kissinger for war crimes!
And you used some language that was also pretty intense.
I have never seen anything as disgraceful and outrageous and despicable as the last demonstration that just took place about, you know, you're going to have to shut up or I'm going to have you arrested. Get out of here, you low-life scum.
Now that we're past that, past the heat of the moment, did you think that that was the way you would handle it again?
Dana, these people were physically threatening Henry Kissinger. I'm used to people popping up at these hearings and yelling, and then they're escorted out. That's at least some version of free speech. These people rushed up. They were right next to Henry Kissinger, waving handcuffs up. He's a 91-year-old man with a broken shoulder who was willing to come down and testify before Congress to give us the benefit of his many years of wisdom. Of course I was outraged, and I am still outraged. It's one thing to stand up and protest. It's something else to physically threaten an individual, particularly an individual who has served so much to his country, whether you agree or not. As I happen to believe he's one of the great statesmen of my lifetime, or maybe of the whole 20th century.
You called them scum. Is that name-calling, you think?
I think they're terrible people, okay? I think they're terrible people that would do that to a 91-year-old man with a broken shoulder to physically threaten him. No one deserves that, much less Henry Kissinger.
Well, I don't know if Henry Kissinger deserves it more or less than the average person based on his history with the Vietnam War, and I'm not going to go into whether he's a war criminal or not, but I thought that was that Senator John McCain, at least based on the video I could see in the background that they played right when he was talking about how they held out handcuffs and they were threatening him, I didn't really see much of a threat to Henry Kissinger there. Maybe it looked different from in the room, or they didn't play the most threatening video, but you would think they would play the most threatening video, and I just didn't see it. So you can let me know what you think. Did the Code Pink protesters do anything that physically threatened Henry Kissinger? And regarding the name-calling, are the terms terrible people and low-life scum more applicable to Code Pink peace protesters or Vietnam warrior Henry Kissinger?
YouTube, you decide.